Okay, this is after choosing the expert, I believe. So you'd have something like this showing. Uh, Various apps to download. Okay, let's show settings. Profile is your profile, that's you write about yourself or your character. Inference settings, I was just testing Impish Llama. Ah, I will use Impish Llama just Q4. Which one? Yes, I will just go with Q40. I think Llama 3 Layla prompts, although they might be trained for ChatML, I'm not sure. Okay. First of all, my settings here, there's nothing uh, too weird about this. Advanced settings, it's important. Temperature 1 on most with most models. I don't suggest going much above it. I'd say the model that I know the best that can handle temperature, high temperature without hallucinating a lot is Lexi, and it breaks at about 1.3. So generally for creative writing, one between 0.8 and 1.2 is okay. Leave dynamic temperature range at 0. You don't need variable temperature most of the time. Top P, it means that 95 when the probability vectors, first most probable vectors will add, and when they will add to 95%, it will disregard the rest of the output, so it will only choose from couple most probable uh, tokens that are answers. Okay, top K, this means that it takes 64 tokens, of course assuming they are below 95% altogether, 64 highest probability tokens into account. Min P means that token has to be, in this case, above 5% probability to be taken into account. Context length, I have 32768, which is like 2 to 15th power. Generally use multiples of 1024, which is 2 to the 10th power. Max response length, it's if you want to cut the response short, but model doesn't know about it, so it just stops at random place, often mid-sentence or mid-word even, because tokens often are shorter than words. They are part of words. Repetition penalty, start with 1.02 to 1.04. Very much depends on the model. Sometimes even 1.10. For example, if you ask like I asked LLM previously about some sort of riddle, and this riddle required a lot of repetition, to reason through it correctly, and it had problems with such repetition penalty, I had to disable it to 1 basically, so it wouldn't have problems. Yeah, dry multiplier, leave it at 0.8 if you don't know what you're doing. Same with dry base and dry allowed length. That means that word that's or phrase that's 2 tokens long won't be penalized. If you increase that, well, you increase the chances that something will repeat, but also some things like the word the in English shouldn't be penalized too badly. Penalty range over it means it can repeat every 512 tokens without penalty, and for dry sampler it's a bit longer. And threads leave at 0. It should give it half of CPU cores, and technically algorithms should give you the strongest CPU, or assign the ones that will do it the fastest. It doesn't work very well, but I tried 6 and even 7, and all I got was that background tasks were working. The OS was working badly and Layla was stuttering, but the performance wasn't better. And batch, that's a big one. Leave it at 8 initially. If you are lucky, then maybe your okay. First of all, in the logs, it will tell you that it noticed that nbatch was 8, so it changed it to 64. And if you set it below 64, it will change it automatically as the model loads to 64. However, when I do this, when I indeed go with 64 or 128, it's slower. I don't know the reason why it's slower, but it is. No mmap, you can. Yeah, okay. For now, leave it off. When you need yes, when you need, for example, performance or something like that, you can try toggling it on and off. See if it changes things. It depends on your phone. Okay, KV cache quantization F16 for most stuff. If you want to go lower, you will need to enable flash attention, for example for Q8 for smaller models, or even Q5.1 or something like this. You will need to enable flash attention. That was fixed recently because prior to this only K cache was reduced, V cache wasn't, so it was odd. The mismatch was very odd. Okay, I actually have Qualcomm NPUs set to 8 layers. I will show you how this looks. Okay, let Layla load. And I notice that I'm almost at 10 minutes. I hope it will be fine. My Layla, the character might be a bit broken, so we'll see, but I will say hello. check if she doesn't connect to internet because she loves that, but yeah. Okay, that was normal. So it seems she reset after being a bit buggy after I kept nagging her about downloading information from news agencies. Okay. Now I will initiate a bug report. I will just save it here and show you something. Okay, yes, it shows that we are using two hexagon devices, HTTP0, HTTP1. Hexagon actually uses n batch of size 128, and I will show it to you in a moment. Yeah, we can see that 8 layers were indeed given to hexagon unit NPU. Here we can see that Clyde AI is active for CPU. It takes over 3 gigabytes. HTTP 0 and 1 take almost half a gigabyte each of memory. And yes, N batch and U batch and micro batch, it's 128. KV cache size. So in this case we have 2176, which is yes, it's on the low side because we are using Q8 instead of F16. And at the end, obviously, for such a short conversation, you won't have much data, but at the end you will have like a speed. So yeah, 19.91 tokens and 4.39 tokens, obviously with 2 tokens because hello is 2 tokens. And you have a breakdown of memory where it is exactly and how it is used. Okay, I think that's enough. If you want more, please ask. I will try to show you stuff.